Hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast presented by DJ City and Beat Source. I am one of your hosts, DJ Crooked. We got DJ Never here.
Yo, what up?
We got Jamie the Great.
Yeah.
And we got a special guest. We have a legendary DJ turntablist in the building.
Yep.
He's been busy, man. You may have seen him at Bass's Barbecue in Chicago. He recently did Nopa Slaps R&B and Ribs with Jazzy Jeff, and he did Jazzy Jeff's Twitch stream. He's actually frequently on Jazzy Jeff's Twitch stream. He also has his own Twitch stream, which is amazing. I've never seen this before. He's a member of 3 different DJ crews,
yeah.
right? So he's a member of the Beat Junkies, the Invisible Scratch Pickles, and the Triple Threat DJs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like being a part of the Avengers, like Justice League and like Thundercats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, I've never heard of that before.
I know, man.
You know, what do you call that shit in LA?
Hood hopping.
Hood hopping. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, he's a DMC champion, and he's one of the greatest to come out of the Bay. We have DJ ShortKut in the building. What's good?
What up, y'all? What up?
What up, man?
Thanks for having me, man.
So you're here in Vegas. Mm-hmm. You're doing On the Record. You're doing the Usher after party.
Yeah, it's my first time.
First time?
Yeah.
Really?
First time doing it on the record, yeah.
Yeah, on the record?
All the rest of the crew, like especially the Beat Junkies, they've done it, and I haven't done it yet.
You haven't done it yet?
Yeah, but...
Shit.
Yeah,
when was the last time you were in Vegas?
Oh, man. Maybe about a couple of months ago. I've been, D-Styles lives out here, too, from the Pickles and Junkies as well, so we're working on a new ISP album.
Oh, shit.
So I come here on my off days when I have nothing during the weekdays, just come out here.
Damn, man. This is quite a lineup, man. You've been busy. Even when you came in, you're like, yo, I just came back from Kansas City. I came back from this. I came back from that.
Yeah, man.
It's been a busy fucking month for you. Busy year, right?
Busy year, yeah.
Is this maybe the busiest you've been, or like have you been busy?
Busiest since lockdown, since everything opened up again.
Really?
Yeah, like my first international tour was like right before New Year's. And I was out for like 3 weeks.
Shit.
International tour, by the way.
Yeah.
Just let that sit.
Yeah, I did Dubai on New Year's. From Dubai, I went to Manila, then Japan, then where else?
Damn, how long were you gone?
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
And then stayed home for another couple of weeks, then went back to Asia.
So wait, when you're traveling, you went to Dubai, you went to Manila.
Right after that, yeah.
And then you went to Japan?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you playing?
Oh, sorry, in Vietnam.
In Vietnam?
Vietnam, then Japan.
All right, so...
Sorry, I got to remember myself.
No, it's cool. I'm going to Singapore.
Oh, I went to Singapore right after Japan.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Are you making this shit up?
I
You're just adding countries and cities.
Check out my Instagram, man. It's one after another. It's crazy.
Wait, so do you like traveling like that, or is it like exhausting for you?
It's starting to get exhausting,
A little bit.
I'm not like in my 20s anymore, unfortunately. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's cool. Yo, I mean, I'm just grateful that cats still want to book me, and I'm still like being able to go to these countries.
So what are you playing? Are you playing something different in every city?
Yeah,
Are you bringing 45s with you?
It depends.
Because I'm wondering, every city wants a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want a vinyl set in Singapore, and
Well, you know what? I got to say this. I think being with, streaming on Twitch opened me up to a whole bunch of, because I do a different theme every night that I'm on. So it kind of got me open to, a lot of people like, oh man, I never knew that you knew how to play
By the
house.
way, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I got booked for like just pure house. Or
You're
something.
really versatile.
Yeah.
Try to be.
And you probably have one of the best dancehall sets that I've heard on Twitch.
Oh, thank you. Right.
Yeah, and it's shocking to me because you're from the West Coast, and not a lot of West Coast heads can do like a really deep kind of like dancehall set like that.
Oh man,
I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not exposed.
I mean, there's a lot of sound systems from the West Coast too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the Bay Area, like, but just coming up in the Bay, especially, it's just, I don't know. I've just been a dancehall head since the early '90s.
Was it from your first time you visited New York in '93?
Yeah,
you became like a
reggae
head.
Yeah, me and I remember it clearly. I was talking to D-Styles about it too, like before I came here. Like, you remember we went to Brooklyn, we went to Beat Street Records, and we heard Cuddy Ranks was playing. Hussein Midun. It was over the bomb rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the switch ups, right?
Yeah. And we were just like, what is this shit? You know what I mean? Because before that, all I knew was just like, reggae. You know what I mean? but I wasn't immersed into dancehall yet.
And then you were starting to hear like that whole Salam Remy era of like hip hop and
the bridge,
dance hall, like mixing together.
Everything, all the Bobby Condor stuff, everything that was on Massive B and stuff. So it's like, I just got exposed to a lot of that. I'm cool with like Jamalski, who lived in the Bay Area for a little bit.
Jamalski,
yeah. So I think especially with dancehall, I got into it more because just to know the roots of what dancehall came from as far as the sound system scene.
Yeah.
I came from sound system.
Yeah, we were, never did some research and we're looking at it, and you came up in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Just Too Hype?
Yeah, that was the name of my mobile DJ crew. And
like paint the picture. Like we were like talking about this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, how was hip hop in the Bay back in the 80s?
The 80s, okay.
Because you must have been like 12, 13 years old when you started, right?
I started when I was 13. And when I started, the Bay Area specifically had a big, rich mobile sound system scene. Like, there when I got in the game, there was about 100 crews.
Damn, really?
In the Bay. I'll give you an example. Qbert was part of Lifestyle Productions. Mixmaster Mike was part of High Tech Sounds. DJ Apollo was part of Unlimited Sounds.
So also,
you know what I mean?
There's maybe like a lot of younger DJs who don't know what sound systems are.
Okay, so let me paint the picture for you guys.
Yeah, and because I want to know where this came from. Like, where did this Caribbean influence come from? You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing:
And was it only Filipino sound systems?
It was predominantly Filipino.
Really?
And from I met the first sound system from the Bay Area, the Filipino sound system, and in '78 they started, and they played disco and metal.
Because Metallica's from the Bay.
Yeah, well, they were really into metal and rock, like hard rock stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
And those sound systems, they were telling me like they just wanted to replicate what they saw at the concerts. So I'll give you an example. Like the first sound system was called Electric Sounds, and what were they saying? We used to fill up a car rim with concrete, stick a pole in it, so the two of them, right, and then just put a chain from either one side just so they can hang the fucking the mirror ball. Because there was no truss back then. There was no like DJ stores you could buy truss or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they would steal like the flashing lights from like the hazard signs for like a disco light. For pyrotechnics, they'd fucking fill up a coffee can with like gunpowder or something, and just throw a match in there, and it, you know what I mean? Like, just to kind of, like I said, just to replicate what they saw at the concerts.
Yeah. Anyway, let's explain the sound systems to these younger DJs.
Yeah.
So basically, a sound system is like a crew that has their own amp and speakers and DJ equipment.
It's like towers.
And they kind of battle each other's, right?
Yes.
And the battles are like clashes, right?
It's like clashes. So I'll give you the scenario. Pick a ballroom at a hotel.
Yeah.
4 corners of the room, or 4 parts of the room. Each crew has their individual sound system,
in a
wall of speakers, their own light setup, and their featured DJ. And each DJ would get about like 15, 20 minutes to just rock.
Really? This happened?
This happened.
Really? Have you ever heard of this?
It's like Juice.
I mean, they used to do this in the Bronx also.
Did they? In like a room though? In like a
community center?
Yep.
Oh, so in all 4 corners, there's 4 different crews.
A gym, a high school gym.
Really?
High school gym.
I've never heard of that in New York either.
Yeah.
Really?
In the Bronx,
crazy.
And then what? So there was. I'm thinking there's a couple criterias that claim the winners of the clash, right? So it would be how loud and clear were your sound system, right?
Yeah.
And then the selection of records, maybe.
Of course.
And then at the time, did you guys even have like an MC or something?
Some did.
Some did.
Like Hubert's crew, he had his own MC.
And then did like dancers or breakers come into play or not really?
The early sound clashes or DJ battles or showcases, they would have like b-boy circles and stuff.
So the b-boys would be attached to the sound system.
No.
Okay.
So whoever was hot.
Yeah. But when I got into it, the music that was predominant was mostly Miami-based and freestyle music. So that's how I came in the game. Like that was the big music. Like not even like hip hop. Maybe for hip hop. For hip hop, maybe like everything that was Mantronics based.
Okay, because that was like mostly electronic. Hip-hop.
Yeah. So then, when motherfuckers trying to like rig their amps so it got louder and like hook up more speakers, it mattered how much louder it was? Right?
I mean, just who had the wall of Quakes. Cerno Vega earthquakes. On top of that, with the horns on top of that. But then on top of that, they would have a whole truss system with just lights, and it was just who had the illest setup.
Right.
I'll give you an example. You know how the Asian scene definitely kind of branched off into some like the car shows, the low import.
Like the import, yeah.
Before that, they were all DJs. That was the transition. Before all that happened, everyone was a part of a DJ crew.
So then the sound system moved to like the cars, and then the cars bumping the shit pretty much. And the subs in the cars at that point.
And then how they had car crews. Those car crews before they became car crews a lot of them were part of DJ crews.
Really?
Yeah. So
interesting.
So like for me, I started in junior high, and then it was just me and the homies coming together, going to someone's garage, setting up all this stuff, and just everyone just accumulated equipment.
So did you ever have to worry about getting robbed, or was it safe?
Oh yeah, I didn't get jumped, but someone was trying to stick me for like, damn, what was that at one time? For just gig money at the very end of the night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I mean, that's happened a few times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for those for the youngins listening right now, we had house parties, we had garage parties.
Yeah.
That's unheard of now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but can you imagine like someone's family opening up their garage to a bunch of like kids who especially if they crashed the party, you know what I mean? Like that was the big thing. You know what I mean?
So during these sound system clashes, right? How old are you? You're like 11, 12? 13.
Yeah.
And you're running with like some older kids?
A couple. I didn't get with my first like crew till I was like about 15.
So did you win any of the clashes or no?
Later on, like
So like what was there money on the line or was it just respect?
So the way it was for some of the crews back then is if you won one of those big dances, Cubert from Lifestyle, they won the battle, they won the clash. They would get the gigs, they would get the school parties, the weddings, you know what I'm saying, the 18th birthday parties.
So they got the bragging rights, but then they got they reaped all the benefits from the gigs.
Yeah, like we got the winners from that dance. Now they're gonna do our party.
So then the next battle, you're like, yo, we want to beat them so we could get all the next parties.
Yeah, that's how people got work.
Oh shit!
And mind you, we're like not even 18 yet, but a lot of us are dealing with like schools just to, it taught us like the business part of it, like how to getting paid and stuff like that. So.
Never did you? Is that the same thing in New York too? Almost or not really? Or is
not like that. No, definitely not like that.
It's not like that, right?
Nah.
So then
it was in New York. It was more like bragging rights.
It was just bragging rights.
Yeah.
No one got the weddings in New York.
There wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't.
There was no weddings on the line.
Hip hop DJs for weddings back in the day.
You got all the barbecues at the boys' club. After
Like, yo, you was down with them.
There was always a jam at the boys' club.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yo, so that's so crazy. So wait. But how did you get into all of this shit? Because I know you started DJing very early, like 11, right?
Yeah. Well, just going to my first like garage party, seeing a DJ set up. It was like a little mini rock concert inside of someone's garage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a miniature size of like what I was telling you, like speakers, lights set up and all that stuff. I was like, damn, that looks crazy. Like, and everything's revolved around that one DJ. You know what I mean?
So what did you like about it? I'm curious. Did you like that the DJ was controlling shit? Did you like
just I think my first school dance is when I really got into it. Like I was there early. I didn't know what to expect. It was like 6th grade, and then just like seeing the DJ set up, and I was like, damn, you guys are set up for like what's about to happen here? Is someone about to rap or sing or something? But it was just the DJ set up in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And and I was just like I was just on the side just watching the
whole night. Right?
Yeah, just tripping out like, what is he doing? What's he doing? Like, commanding the crowd, playing certain songs and making everyone dance kind of thing.
It's so interesting because every DJ I talk to, they're always the little kid that was on the side watching the DJ all night.
Yeah.
I was one of them little kids.
I was one of those kids. I remember I had a girl, like a little girlfriend at the time. She's like, why are you just watching the DJ the whole time?
Come dance with me.
Yeah.
I used to stand and watch DJ AJ Scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I used to stand there watching until it got dark. My mom used to call me like, it's time to get home. Time to go home now. And I was just like, come on, let me stay out. I was like, nope.
I mean.
And I have to listen. I was able to listen to it from my window. So I was still hearing it. I just wasn't there.
But it was intriguing, right? Like
Definitely.
You're like, damn, what is this guy doing to just command that crowd like
exactly, man. Yeah.
And honestly too, it was a kind of communal thing. Like on Saturday mornings, that's when you and your uncle or your dad, you guys would go to the hardware store to make like the bass cabs or the light switches or just even the coffin that held the turntables. Like a lot of custom work was kind of in there.
Yeah.
Who made the ill setups.
Yeah, because you wanted to be different from everybody.
That's what everyone was trying to do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, every crew had their own like light box that had their logo on it. So that was kind of a thing too.
Unlike now, when everyone wants to kind of be the same.
Everyone's like,
Following everybody else.
Yeah, individuality back then was just like, that was
It was
the thing.
so important.
So
yo.
important. Yeah, that's
So
how you stood
important.
out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's interesting. So like, wait. So then this evolved to you. Like, how did this evolve to you becoming like? Because it sounds like you were like kind of starting as an initial party rocker.
Yeah,
Club DJ.
Well, you know, that's, you know, being part of the mobile scene. We didn't just play for our peers. We had to play we played like 50th or 60-year-old birthday parties where we had to play 50s music.
And this is
60s
mostly like Filipino communities or
all
everything.
kinds of genres,
Everything.
every kind of ethnicities, everything.
wow.
We had to be prepared. That's why I learned a lot of soul early, or even like the 60s stuff, like Motown. Like, you know
and
what I mean?
Qbert was in your community. He was in your
Yeah,
circle?
he was the big name when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and
Even at that time, he was the big name. He was
Apollo was the big man.
Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo was like our Kid Capri.
Really?
Yeah, like if Apollo was doing your party, oh shit, Apollo's doing the party, like that.
Wow.
And then, you know, Q didn't. I knew Q was just the big scratcher dude. You know, at the time, yeah, I never heard him rock a
Always.
party.
Even from the beginning, he was
From the
a big
beginning,
scratcher.
yeah.
Insane.
Him and Mixmaster Mike were the scratch guys, but Apollo was the one who commanded the party. So that's why Apollo's my mentor. I credit a lot of like what I do now to DJ Apollo.
Do you consider yourself like a turntablist
At heart, yeah.
at heart?
But I'm a DJ first and foremost.
You're a DJ first and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think out of all the, like, you know, because you're in so many different crews and you kind of bounce around everywhere, but you seem the most I mean, I don't want to judge anything, but you seem like the more
Diverse.
well-rounded and diverse, like DJ who has a turntablist background, but you can like party rock.
Well, for me, like the turntablist, I mean, I'm grateful that's how I came up in the scene.
Yeah.
But that's just my spice. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's you know, as far as like rocking or doing doubles or kind of cutting up over while I party rock. But I credit my foundations from my mobile DJ scene, my background from being a mobile DJ, because I had to learn so many genres of music. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that just like now carries on till today. Man, if I just stuck to one kind of vibe, I'd be bored.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So wait, you're going to Dubai, you're going to Japan, Vietnam, and all these places. Like, what? I want to know the experience of like, how are you getting these bookings? It's all from the Twitch, pretty much.
No.
It's like
someone's way
relationships,
before, yes.
right?
Relationships, you know.
Where did the exposure from Twitch? Where did that lead to? Pretty much.
People who throw different theme parties.
Yeah.
And who've seen my Twitch stream,
Yeah, 'cause
they'll book me for that. Like,
Yeah, you were talking about that. That it seemed like he was doing all of these theme parties.
Every day was like a different theme. Like you would do 45s one day, you would do reggae one day, house one day.
No, but even the events that he's doing now.
Oh,
it's just
definitely, yeah,
heavily
definitely.
themed,
Yeah, I was
right?
looking like through your RGs. I was noticing like you had flyers for like every different genre of music.
yeah, I mean, yo,
It wasn't- it's
I'll go
like
as far as I did a yacht rock cruise, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like just
But
random
you
as
weren't
hell.
doing shit like that before.
No, not at all. I mean, you know, when I usually do sets before lockdown, I was kind of open format where I'd play a little bit of everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I was like on some club shit. But like,
So because of Twitch, you're able to like do all these different genres of music, different parties.
But these theme
They
parties.
paid to do different parties.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because of Twitch, he's doing all these theme parties.
Theme parties, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like, did these parties exist a lot more before
No,
Twitch?
not for me. I mean, they existed.
didn't. They
but
did exist.
But I think a lot of people didn't know that I play a lot of that. I think Twitch exposed me to a lot of people that I didn't know you knew how to play this or that.
Right,
And
right.
that's when people started booking me for different things.
That's crazy.
Oh man, I'm thankful. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it opened up a lot of doors. Like, you know what's funny? I was telling my boy, like, my top 3 streams are not hip hop on Twitch that people watch me for, which is so weird to me. But I mean, like,
Yeah, because hip hop's kind of oversaturated. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends what kind of hip hop are we talking about, right?
I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But
so.
even it doesn't matter because they're all kind of oversaturated, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's doing like some type of club twerk or like 90s,
90s.
or backpack or
Exactly.
you know,
Boom
whatever.
bap.
right,
Yeah, everyone's covering all bases
Yeah.
on that.
keeps me interested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keeps me like not bored. You know what I mean? Like I said, if I stuck to one thing, I'd probably be bored.
Before the pandemic, was you doing like events with 45s, like all vinyl sets?
Yeah, I'm also part of a crew called the 45 Sessions.
No, another one, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
How did
You know,
you
you know,
So it's like the Avengers, the Justice League, the Thundercats,
And sometimes a Transformer.
and,
Oh, no,
and now Voltron, right?
I mean,
I'm about to say DC. yeah, Justice League.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of 45 crews around the world, like Mobile Monday, New York, Fresh 45 guys in Dallas. In Europe, there's the Dusty Donuts crew. Just there's a bunch of us who just are just
That's a
45.
cool-ass name.
We're just 45 nerds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just love that shit. So it's like,
Have you always been a 45 nerd or?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Collecting it since I was a kid.
Yo, I'm wondering in the Bay, was it very small? Did you know of Franzen coming up on the radio and all
Oh yeah,
that shit?
yeah, of course, yeah. When me and Franzen would DJ a lot of parties together.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
shit,
Yeah, ask him. He knows.
Really?
Yeah.
never
I
heard
mean, while he was on the radio, when he was still,
Yeah, because he's younger than you, right? A little?
yeah, he's a little younger than me.
A little younger?
Yeah, not too young, but he's younger.
Yeah.
That's my brother right there, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Franzen.
That's crazy. So, but you guys have, kind of completely two different paths, right? A little bit?
A little bit. I mean, he definitely, he was on the radio heavy when I was still, DJing around the Bay, right?
Yeah.
But he always knew what time it was with music.
Right.
And it shows on his Twitch streams, like when he goes on to, when he plays like the non, radio or commercial stuff, he'll play like deep soul stuff, or he'll do a slow jam night or whatever. Like he knows his music.
Yeah.
I think that's also like, being from the Bay, I don't know, we just
I would think y'all would be like with on two different sides of town. Like you was like more of a turntablist and him more being like a hip hop.
I think he came over to the house a couple times so we could cut it up. I mean, he's
Actually, Franzen's kind of nasty with the
Yeah,
cuts.
he's-
He's really like,
he's
clean.
into it. Yeah, he's into
What
it.
I like about Franzen is he doesn't overdo it.
Uh-huh.
Like he'll
Just
sprinkle in just to
Just
let you-
enough. Just
to let you know, like don't fuck with me.
We can get
A
busy.
little bit, yeah. But he's fucking nasty.
Wow.
How do you you've been doing R&B and ribs? You did that with Jazzy Jeff. That's a great party that's emerging. From
That was
the
my
Bay.
first. That was my first one.
How'd you like it?
That was dope, man.
dope?
Yeah, just the vibe was great. It was the Sunday afternoon. Just to be able to hook up with Jeff, and when Jeff comes to the Bay Area, we always do a 2x4 set. So it was,
So you guys did a 2x4.
yeah, we did a 2x4.
Wow.
We ended off with a 2x4.
And then you did Scratch Bastard's barbecue in Chicago. And then I'm always wondering, you and Scratch Bastard and Jazzy Jeff, probably, and like Melody, you guys are kind of always like in each other's circles. You're spinning together. Sometimes I see you at like South by Southwest together.
Yeah.
I'll see you at some events, or you'll be at Jazzy Jeff's house, like just streaming and hanging out.
It's the family, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Just,
Do you get nervous if they're like standing behind you?
I'm still a fan of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as much as we're all friends, I'm still a fan of each and every one of those guys. You know what I
Right.
mean? Even my crewmates. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. Last night I was at Mixmaster Mike's house, and
he lives in Vegas now.
yeah,
right?
and I was just seeing all the stuff in his house that had like me in it too, like all the stuff that we were in, magazine stuff together. I'm like, damn, I can't believe I'm still part of this guy's crew too. I'm down with him,
Right.
Just like when I do stuff with Jeff, I can't believe I'm at Jeff's house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still a fan.
Do you have any pictures from the battle with you and with Scratch Pickles and X-Men?
Oh yeah.
You do? Can you send some of those?
Oh
to
yeah,
us?
absolutely.
How was that battle?
Amazing.
Rest in peace, Rock Raider.
Yeah,
by the way.
rest in peace, my brother, Rock Raider.
Yeah, yeah.
But that battle specifically,
That's a legendary battle,
dude.
right?
I mean, that was the biggest battle I was ever in.
That's
like,
East
more
versus
than
West.
more than the DMC, more than the New Music Seminar.
Really?
Yeah, because from my perspective,
How did that start? How did that battle start?
so there was one night, I think it was at the '95 DMC USA battle in Frisco, and it was we're at Denny's, I think. It's the X-Men.
Denny's.
Yeah, it was the X-Men and Pickles.
It all started with
Something always sparking off at a Denny's,
Denny's.
right?
Isn't that like the default?
The original Waffle House.
That's like the
Denny's.
default conference
hour.
room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we all just talk about stuff. But Crazy Legs was with us, and he was talking about, yo, we got to do something like a ballad just for some hip hop shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's have it. And my boy Alex Aquino, who ran ITF at the time, he was like, yo, we should do something like that where we're all together, like just show like the unity that we could still do a battle, but we're still all cool, And then this is like the height of like the East versus West battle with the MCs.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to show that we had solidarity in just, with the DJ scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we could still battle each other. So we still had that b-boy in us in both crews, like just talking to like Raider. I mean, sorry.
Wow, that's like a temperamental era, though, right?
I was about to
Yeah,
ask,
East West and
did
shit.
New York show you guys love?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For real.
Yeah, well,
Well, because they were from the Bay and not mostly from LA, so I think.
I mean, but still, they wasn't from New York though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, New York don't give a fuck. I think it's just West Coast,
Exactly.
and East Coast kind of shit.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
it was big for me because I'm part of a crew that I looked up to coming up in the Bay, right? But then I'm going against a crew that I got my style from because I'm a beat juggler. You know what I mean? I was one of the early beat jugglers from the West Coast. So just to battle the X-Men, like, damn, I can't believe I'm part of this battle. But it was just,
So it was like an exhibition.
it was exhibition.
So
like,
there was no winner.
If you watch it on YouTube,
Who do you think won though?
who do I think won?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you that.
I think we both came. I'm
Oh,
not trying to be wait. I really just because it's apples and oranges. If you watch that battle again, it's apples and oranges because the X-Men did their style to the best of how they do it, and we did our shit the same way. You know what I mean? Because we got that band thing going, and we've been doing that for a long time in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But if you watch the routine, they came on some battle shit. You know what I mean? So I mean,
What is the rumor that you've heard on who won and who lost?
both.
Both.
Just reading some of the comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pickle smashed it. Oh man, X-Men had them. Got their ass handed to them or something. Like I said, man, it's all love.
It's always been all love.
It's always been all love. I mean, those were my brothers. I mean, later, 2001, me and Rob Swift were in a Gap commercial together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was up with that?
Yeah, no, it's just cool.
That was such a crazy era because like the Executioners were popping off.
Yeah.
They had that album. There was like Linkin Park and all of this shit going on.
Yeah, man.
It was a great time for turntablism.
Great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to be like something like that for me is monumental. Like to be on a commercial with Rob Swift because he's one of my mentors as far as beat juggling. You know what I mean?
I need to see this commercial. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see real quick. I want to see, what are you rocking in there?
Look up Gap commercial and then my name.
Wait, who's the girl?
Shannon Sossaman.
Shannon Sossaman?
She's a actress.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
She was in like Hackers or something, some movies.
She's 40 Days and something like that. Oh, A Knight's Tale.
Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
That's what she was in. Wow, what was the check like?
She's a rock DJ.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, so we had to actually teach her how to do it.
Undo the shit.
Yeah, how to throw in like.
Wow.
Yo. So, what was the check like for that?
It's good.
It was good.
Yeah, man.
Can
my side
get a little number? Can you get a little number?
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 5 digits,
5 digits.
Yeah.
Not bad.
and then got my SAG card from that.
Oh yeah.
Tight.
Yo, I have a question. So when that commercial went out, there was only TV. There wasn't any print, like in magazines or anything.
Not magazines, but in the stores they would have like big screenshots on the wall.
Oh,
of
shit.
it. That was a big campaign. Like Daft Punk was on that campaign. Juliette Lewis, is that her name? One from Natural Born Killers.
Jeez, I wonder what the boardroom must have been like. Just like let's get.
Well, you know what's crazy, man? Like for that commercial, that art commercial, they had like a choreographer who was there too. She's a well-known choreographer. I think she choreographed stuff for like Aaliyah, but she wanted us to kind of act a certain way, and we're like, me and Rob were looking at each other.
Fatima
Harris. Yeah. And I do respect to Fatima, but we had to explain to her like, yo, we're battle DJs. We don't do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we had to show her like, yo, we'll act like we're actually kind of. That's why I went like, I pointed at Rob.
Right.
And eventually she understood this.
She's like, that's all I'm gonna get from these motherfuckers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're not. So I think Shannon did all the dancing.
Wow, what a proud moment. Have your parents always been supportive?
Yes, thank God. Yeah,
really?
Thank God. Yeah. I mean, I got Filipino parents, man, and I think most Filipino parents want their kids to either be doctors, a nurse, or something of like,
Or a mailman.
or just work in something.
Mailman. What is that?
Well, we're just hella Filipino mailmans. Shout out to all the Filipino mailmans in the
It's
house.
either nurse or mailman.
I didn't know that was a thing.
or the airport.
Airport, yeah. At the airlines.
But like nurses, straight up.
Hawaii Airlines.
We
to be
like.
exact.
I'll give you an example. In Dubai, there's Filipinos all over the place.
Really?
Oh yeah, like we're the nurses there. You go to like a mall, guaranteed. Like if you go to the Nike store, 3 out of 5 workers is Filipino.
Did you like Dubai? Did you like it?
Yeah, man. I lived out there for like 2016 to 2018.
What, you
God,
stayed out
what
there
the
for a year?
fuck?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
What were you doing out there?
I had a residency out there.
Where? Oh, where?
A couple of spots.
In this tower.
Just a couple, but just I was going through like a transitional period of my life, so just I needed to change.
Just get out.
Just get out.
Get away.
Yeah, just get away.
You really went away.
Yeah,
man. Dubai.
Dubai.
Driving exotic cars and shit.
Strict out there though, right?
Depends what you do. Yeah, I mean you can't. It's what the best way. It's funny that we're here. I always say Dubai is Vegas without the sin. So in other words, like you can't drink everywhere. There's no strip clubs. You know what I mean? Like there's no weed, nothing. You can't. Like it's pretty like.
But there's this it's like.
But everything's baller as f, like baller as fuck, straight up.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So did you enjoyed it though?
Loved it.
Really?
Every minute.
What did you like about it?
Just just open to everything. Like like. Just like how Vegas is, there's like the big rooms kind of scene, but then there's like an underground kind of like that wants to listen to like the music heads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like especially like the vinyl heads that are out there. You could play deep soul. Deep
Really?
house.
I never saw that scene.
Yeah, man, it's cracking out there.
I know the major clubs when I did it. It was DJ Bliss was out there.
Yeah.
It was killing. Shout out to DJ Bliss by the way.
Big up Bliss, man.
Yeah.
It's huge.
But like when there was a heavy like. They wanted Caribbean, they wanted world music, they wanted everything, and it was really dope. Like it was the most fun DJing out there.
Yeah, it's
because you could touch every genre because you had all types of people there. What's your favorite like city and country right now that you've been to? Food, culture,
of
music,
all time?
everything.
Of all time?
Yeah, right now.
Damn, Moscow, man.
Really?
And
Is that when you had to battle like 20 DJs?
Oh, you seen that video? It's funny, right? I wasn't even battling.
I wanted to ask you about that, man.
It was a scratch cipher,
But it was like 10 of them against you.
Yeah. No. You know what?
You look like Thanos out there, bro.
Yo, with no context, right? If you just watch the video, it looks like there's 20 Russian DJs battling him. And so like every time he scratches, it'll go to like a Russian DJ and it'll go back to him and then they'll switch the Russian DJ on the same setup. But it's
it looked like it was in a hostile dungeon. And the only way you could get out is if you win this battle. If you lose the battle, it's
So
alright.
funny.
Battle for your freedom.
like they wouldn't let you leave the country.
You know what was happening before that?
Yeah.
I was judging a one-on-one scratch battle with all those guys were battling each other, but I was the only judge. They had this. If you look at that video, there's like this high chair, like the back of the chair is like that high. But I'm just sitting in the middle, and I have to go like this or that to the winner. It's crazy, man. I was like, oh,
You was by yourself? Or
yeah.
Were you scared? Like, damn, these Russians are gonna kill me.
Yeah, I was like, hope no one fucking.
He's like, he chooses the wrong one.
That's why, like, at the end of the battle, I was like, man, you guys are all dope. You know, like, don't hurt me for fucking not voting for you.
So that's your favorite country?
Yeah, man. You know what? I love, and it's just unfortunate what's going on over there right now because I can't go there. I want to go out there.
Right.
But that's one of my biggest fan bases, man. Straight
Russia?
up.
Really?
Moscow. Like Moscow and St. Petersburg because remember they didn't have hip hop forever. Like everything they just opened up like in 91 because of the fall of the Soviet Union, right?
Yeah.
So they embrace hip hop, especially boom bap hip hop. Like it's the freshest thing they ever heard. You know what I mean? It's like with clean ears. You know what I mean?
So like, wait, how did they get a hold of all your shit and your mixes and stuff?
Internet.
Yeah. Wow.
Can you imagine that when that opened up? So that now they got open to everything. But like I said, that there's a scene there, especially the scratch scene is just off the hook. Like they're just so open. And you know, remember the before the pandemic, the Red Bull World Finals was.
That's true. The last one was
the last one was supposed to be there.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then Scratch Pickles were about to headline the whole thing.
Wow.
So
wait, so did you like the food? Did you like everything?
food's dope.
Really?
I mean, well, I'm not a fan of Russian food. Sorry, everybody in Russia.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
watching this. I love
What is
you
Russian-
guys, but not the food. This is
I'm very ignorant with this. So what is Russian food?
borscht. You know, are you from?
Like sausages?
No,
No?
there's like pickled beets and
Oh wow.
I'm just stuff like that. I'm not
Yeah,
really.
And they're pretty behind on the food too. When
No,
it seems
but, okay,
like,
no, but
Wait, so how long were you out there for?
a couple of weeks. Like me and Babu.
Couple
did-
weeks? So
me-
what were you eating every day?
French food, Italian food.
Okay,
Some of
there's
the
other shit out there.
There's other shit out there. Yeah,
I
exactly.
thought you were eating like beets and like, you know.
I mean, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like not the Russian food itself, but like every other food, like good ass Japanese food.
Really?
Oh man, Italian food is so dope out there. One of the first clubs I did out there was a restaurant slash like this designer opened up this like kind of restaurant club, but then he had all his pieces for clothing, like one of those high end designers from there. But
Yeah.
the food that they have was so good too. You know what I mean? It's like they're just open to everything. Like,
Wow.
yeah. So
And so, like, when you went out there, what, like, your impression, like, does it just feel like they're appreciating the music much more than any other country?
Yeah.
Because other countries, they find it maybe, it's been around, so it's almost disposable, right?
we heard that already.
We heard it.
Yeah.
And it's not as special, but so when you go back there, they're like,
Yeah, man, and one of the biggest crowds in a long time. Me and Mixmaster Mike headlined the DMC Russian finals in Gorky Park, and that was like 10,000 people, like watching
Really?
DJ battle. That's online too if you watch it. But it's crazy, like just seeing a sea of people, us cutting it up. You know what I mean?
they're
Like,
just digging that shit.
just digging it. Yeah. So
What's
Damn,
like
that's
when you do that show? Like when you go to Russia, what's the biggest song? Like, is it Check the Rhyme or some shit? Like,
no, man. You know what? The biggest thing I did out
it's
there.
like it's like Bust a Move.
No,
Like Young MC. What is it?
the part of my set that they were most responsive to was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dancehall set, man.
Really?
Yeah, because the night before me, David Rodigan played. Are you guys familiar with David Rodigan?
I'm not.
Oh man, he's my favorite DJ of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you who's your favorite DJ of all time.
David Rodigan.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's just overall because if you guys watch him, if there's any reggae heads who know who David Rodigan is, he's already well into his late 60s, but he still sound clashes to this day, and he could take out a lot of folks, like a lot of youngers.
Wait, is he that like white dude?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have
I
seen it. We have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he gets on the mic, right?
yeah, and he
sounds like legit Jamaican.
yeah, but he's one of the only guys that really interview Bob Marley. He was on the radio on the BBC for a long time.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
yeah. When I went to Japan, I didn't even have a gig. I just went to Osaka. I flew from Vietnam to Osaka because Mighty Crown from Japan. It was their last show, and it was Mighty Crown and David Rodigan. So I had to watch that show. Just as a reggae head and dancehall head, I just needed to see that live.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So when you're traveling, what you're really seeing and what like constitutes you like loving the city is their appreciation for the music
Absolutely.
and the performance. Wow.
I mean, because it's sometimes I can't even get that back home. Not no diss to my home in the Bay Area, but like some of these countries are so open to just listening to everything that you know.
because they want to experience the music, but they appreciate you and what you're doing so much. Whereas America's like, I don't know what you're playing. Like, play something I know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? A little bit.
I mean, unfortunately, it's like that sometimes over here, man. And and it also sucks that I have to go to another country for sometimes for them to kind of be a little bit more open.
Yeah.
But also, I think that's just, I do all different kinds of parties too. I'll play for the youngins where I have to drop the newest something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But then I have to, I pick and choose. Like, I mean, like just lately, I've been really picking up the gigs I want to do now.
Yeah. But that's dope. Like,
Yeah.
you're busy and shit. You get to pick what you want to do.
I'm thankful, man. You know what I mean? Like,
do you look for new music?
as
Are you
much as I
searching
can.
the charts?
As much as I
what's
can.
your process? How do you approach
What's
it?
your process?
Man, well, just go through the charts to see what of course, what
Yeah.
the top 10 or what top 20 is, right? And just to see it, and like I'll just go
And you're downloading everything. Pop music, EDM, everything.
as much as I can.
Really?
Yeah. EDM, I haven't been on top of as much as just because I know I'm not booked for that, and no one really books me for that. Like,
But like, if you see like Peso Pluma, you're gonna download that shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Damn, we're so proud. Thanks, bro.
Got to, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I try my best not to get caught where I can't, with the crowd that's in front of me, I can't play for them. You know what I mean? That's the scariest thing for me as a DJ. And I think that goes back to my mobile days, because like we had to know how to play for everybody.
Right.
And I think that's what I carry, that mentality.
Did you do quinceañeras as well?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Quinceañeras, the debuts for the Filipino girls who turn 18, like
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Jamie's just continuously trying to like Mexican check everywhere.
Yeah.
I know.
Are you down with the Mexicans or what?
Yeah.
Are you
I just want
down,
to check.
folks? What Filipinos
What have you
are
done? What have you done for Mexican culture?
Filipinos are the Asian Mexicans. We're the Filipinos in the Latin culture.
Okay.
Very
Just like I was saying in Dubai, how Filipinos out there, we're like the Mexicans of Dubai. because we're all over. Like we're always we're the hard workers. Like we're doing all we're tapped into everything.
Yeah.
You know, food and customer service,
Right.
all that. You know.
How do you feel about the music right now? Like, especially hip hop.
I'm
Like,
about to
I'm
say
sure you had
hip-hop,
like
yeah.
you've seen those articles that saying like, you know, hip hop hasn't had any number ones this
Yeah.
year. Blah blah blah.
I mean, I'm not knocking any of the new artists. I think all the new artists are dope, and that they're doing their thing. Just I think production wise, it needs to. You know, I think the production kind of dictates sometimes of like the delivery of some of certain MCs of how they're gonna present their work. You know what I'm saying? And everything being kind of 808 bass heavy, it's so much of that. Like I kind of want to hear a balance, basically.
I think I saw like a conversation on Twitter. I don't remember the exact conversation, but it was kind of talking about when did like scratching start being eliminated from hip hop records.
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? and they were like kind of talking about like the evolution of hip hop,
Right.
and how it changed. And I think it really started changing when DJs stopped becoming the producers. And when producers started just becoming like anybody, pretty much, like just like a bedroom.
So you're saying this was like maybe around 95,
I would say
mid
even-
90s?
I would say like 2000s maybe.
I would say when Gangstar died.
Well, no, I would say when like
I would say like the last.
Let me finish. Let me just.
Okay.
I would say in the 2000s when anybody could get a computer and they can kind of start making beats and get a keyboard. The 2000s was like the era of the Triton keyboard. Remember? Mm-hmm. It was like Swiss Beats. Everyone was doing the Triton. The Triton was like the number one. It wasn't even like the MPCs anymore. It was like all you need is a Triton keyboard because I think that's what the Neptunes were using,
Right.
Yeah.
and Swiss was using. So everyone just wanted a Triton keyboard. But if you noticed, everything from the 2000s, it didn't have scratches. And if it did have scratches, it had this fake sample scratch that Swiss used. Yeah, or Trackmasters even used like a fake scratch that they had on every record. Like the same scratch that was on If I Ruled the World with like Lauryn Hill and Nas was like the same one on whatever fucking track they had with like R. Kelly or whatever.
I mean, if you really trip, the last scratching that you heard on records was A-Track on Kanye records. Mm-hmm. Like
I was trying to think what was the last song I heard with a scratch.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think right now too.
I was going to say the last
Maybe I'm wrong.
Gangstar album with Guru.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The last premiere
when Guru died.
Yeah, like it was in 2001, 2002. I would say around there.
2000. No, there was some scratches on like Kanye records.
Yeah, Kanye records. Was it Gold Digger?
Exactly.
That was a big one.
And the scratching where it was part of the hook.
Right.
Go on, girl, get down. You know what I mean? Like you knew when
Yeah.
A-Track was going to throw that in.
So are we gonna say that Gold Digger was the last one?
No, you know what? Premier was on he did scratching on a cut from Kanye album.
Everything I Am is
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, it's a very slow scratch, but I think then Kanye will say 07.
So maybe Kanye was the last.
You know
artist
what's
to
good
use-
is that as soon as this episode comes out, everyone's gonna comment about the
Oh my
last
God,
song.
guys, you guys
with the
fucked up.
scratch.
But you guys are all wrong.
And when you guys are wrong in 2012.
Stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure we're probably missing some
I
songs
love
between
Plus,
them.
man. Yeah.
But does that theory sound about right? Like the Triton keyboard.
Kinda. You know what? I mean,
Because when you look at the 90s, every producer had a DJ background.
Right.
Everybody. All the greats. Premier, Pete Rock,
Right.
Large Professor.
Lord Finesse.
Everyone dug into crates. They loved like records, and they had
Even
some type of
even
knowledge. Q-Tip. Everyone had some knowledge of DJing.
Right.
Just Blaze.
yeah.
Even Kanye. I mean, he wasn't a DJ, but he even heard it in it because of the vinyl and shit in the hip hop.
There was a point too that scratching or just that whole turntable scene became its own thing. That could be it as well, because if you really trip, if you listen to Primo and the way he produced his records, like he made his scratches the hook, and we know how those hooks go. You know what I mean? Like
I think Premier single-handedly inspired a whole generation of DJs.
Yep.
From
Absolutely.
like my generation of DJs, we all wanted to sound like Premier.
Yeah, no, and I wish that tradition was kind of carried into like more modern hip hop that came.
Yeah.
I think it stopped with A-Track.
I think it stopped with A-Track too.
It stopped with A-Track for sure.
I was gonna say my generation was Jam Master Jay.
Yep.
Jam Master
Yeah.
Jay, But you had so many in your generation.
Yeah.
because you had this.
But at the time, it was like the DJs was like part of the.
It was so important, but
Well,
it was
yeah,
part of the
exactly, yeah.
group.
The DJ was at the forefront.
Like you had Flash, like I said, Jam Master J. Who's UTFO DJ?
Mixmaster Ice.
Mixmaster Ice.
Yeah.
Fucking nasty. Yeah.
I think somewhere in the 2000s, the DJ became like the homie. Like, we need a DJ. Like, you're part of the crew. Just start DJing whenever we're on stage and shit. And that motherfucker, like somewhere in the 2000s, that's just started happening. Where like it wasn't important.
Nah.
Yeah, because the DJ was the forefront. It was Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Cash Money and Marvelous.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so it was always that, and then somehow we just got shoved to the side and shit.
You know, I think scratching just, like I said, it became its own thing, and I think to the untrained ear, damn, that shit's irritating to hear. You know what I mean? Like, there had to be some way. I think that I was hoping that most groups or even MCs who had a DJ, if they can incorporate it where they would make the scratches just simple enough where you kind of like it was a hook. You know what I mean? Like I said, like if you listen to Primo's production, you know what I mean? Like
But Primo's musical. The way he scratches,
yeah, exactly.
musical. It's almost like
It's tastefully done.
and it's like he's rapping as he does it. That's why like every if you listen to most Gangstar records or all the Gangstar's records, even with the like Who's Gonna Take the Weight, you know those scratches. You're like,
even like the simple,
yeah, just simple, yeah.
and the way he did it, it was musical. It was almost like a guitar solo. In
It
a
was-
rock
yeah.
song. Yeah,
Perfectly
that's why
explained, Kirk.
it was like but I think somewhere in the 2000s, the turntablism stopped becoming musical. Like I think it became very technical. And do you know what I'm saying?
Man, we could talk. That could be a whole another. I could go off on.
And the thing is, like, but the thing is this: like, I'm not really like a scratch dude. Like, I know, like, I love it, but I don't study like chirps and all of this shit. Like, when you scratch, you're one of the best stabbers I've heard. Pause.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
the way you stab is crazy. Like, but like, I like DJs who scratch musically in the club where they're enhancing the song.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I may stab during my solos, but if you hear me scratch during like a mix set, I'm just just simple.
You're enhancing.
Yeah, I'm not doing a solo basically.
You're basically almost doing a percussion set on top of the song, and you're like enhancing the experience.
And I think that's how it should be.
It should be. But they don't realize
there's a time and place for it, I think.
But dude, like, these guys don't realize it. They're doing like these crabs and like these, you know.
So I think let me talk about the scratching for a second.
Yeah.
And not, like I said, not to shit.
But I'm not wrong, right? I'm
no,
not being a hater.
you're not wrong at all. And this is why
I just want to clear this.
Finally,
because everyone always calls me a hater. I'm not a hater.
and then you're wrong.
No.
But I think there's a musical element that has escaped turntablism.
Yeah, you know what? It's knowing when to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're in the middle of the mix, there's a packed floor. Yeah, no one wants to hear a solo. You know what I mean? It's not about you on that moment. Maybe if you're like, and you just like I said, man. And this is coming. I'm coming from the scratch group, Scratch Pickles. You know what I mean? Like, but I know myself as a party rocker who went to how much to do, and when to tone it down and not to go off and crazy. Like that's just a spice. You know what I'm saying? But.
A little taste, a little tease.
Yeah, just a little tease.
A little sample, whatever.
Like a, and I'll pick certain sounds like or phrases like I have in my my playlist I have uplifter scratches. So, come on, or just stuff like that, like get down or something. Just
It's
stuff
called uplifter to like kind of bring the energy.
Yeah, bring the energy. Wow. Like, come on. Or get up.
Yeah.
And I'll just do simple scratches like get up, get up. You know what I mean? Like just to go along and make it part of the hook.
For the song, yeah.
Now I want to hear all the other names for your
I got because sometimes when I do stuff with the pickles, I have a percussion set, like a drum set, like synth drums and then acoustic drums, just drum kits, just have a drum roll, like a kick and snare. So I have all that stuff like lined up.
So your crates must be crazy. Like it must be meticulous as possible.
Hell yes.
Yeah. I'm probably one of the biggest MP3 hordes you'll ever meet.
Right.
Yeah, just because I play so many different genres.
But it's funny because like I'm trying to remember how I organized my records, and I don't remember. I don't remember how I organized my records.
No.
Like, yeah, I don't. It's been so long since I even kind of like went through them.
What do you mean, like your vinyl?
Yeah, my vinyl. So like we all have
okay,
like
your-
bookshelves of
your
vinyl.
OG crates, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember how I organized. I'm assuming it was by like fucking alphabetical order, but I don't know if I put hip hop and R&B together or if I separated it. I don't remember.
Knowing you as your friend,
Yeah.
everything's separate.
I wasn't that. No. The thing is, I wasn't that meticulous because I was never like an authentic vinyl collector. Like, if there was a bootleg that had all the Prince songs on it, I'd be like, I'm getting the bootleg.
Yeah, no.
I don't need the original.
I'm not saying you didn't, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, knowing you're very organized. So I'm saying it was probably BPM and it was probably by hip hop.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
I can't think
I have
of
mine
anything
organized by category.
Category.
Like I have my hip hop, all my hip hop. I have all my 80s R&B, 80s pop rock is together. I got reggae, all my reggae's together.
My reggae is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
I go by
you
year.
you. Oh wow.
Because I have to. If anybody who spins dancehall in here, if you're watching this, you know that rhythms come out every week.
Yeah, there's so
Well,
many.
not maybe
rhythms.
not now, but back in the
days,
back in the days, yeah.
There's so many rhythms, and it's like all categorized. Oh my god.
And with the Caribbean crowd, man, they're pretty particular. It's like if you're playing something old, like you have to be on top of it. You have to show that you're on top of like all the new rhythms and stuff. So I have like 2001, and the way I set my stuff, I'll show you. But like when I title it, I'll put the first thing you see is the rhythm, and then dash the song. So I could have 5 of the same, the title of the same rhythm in caps.
Right.
But each dash is like
I do the same thing. Yeah, I do.
That sounds like the easy.
I do like Showtime, like
Buckshot.
Diwali, all that
exactly.
shit, yeah, Fiesta, all
Yep,
that shit.
exactly.
Yeah. I do the exact.
that's the way to do it. I can't
Yeah.
I can't do it where like the group in the like in iTunes.
Oh, the grouping?
Nah,
No, I gotta see it.
I have
gotta
to see it first and foremost. Like, yeah, it's my go-to. And then I have asterisks. I put after it, like the title. The more asterisks, the more it's heat to me. You know what I mean?
Yo, like dancehall is kind of killing it right now. They've got a couple tracks. Like that Taliban record is big, but there's like a few tracks that are fucking hitting right now.
Yeah, there's so much.
It's funny. There's like a bunch of new dancehall that's like really coming back.
That's
like
That you can play in the clubs.
it's hitting right now, man. Like Taliban's is the biggest song in fucking New York. I think right now it's like the biggest song, maybe in New York. Dare I say Miami, but I would say definitely New York right now. In certain rooms, of course. But yeah,
But I felt like in New York, reggae never fell off. Or dancehall never
Oh,
people never stopped really playing it.
But there's like, remember when we talked with Silent Addy? There was an era where like dancehall really just became like regional. It was really just stayed in Jamaica because a lot of the artists were kings in Jamaica and they just didn't see the benefits in trying to have a crossover record in the States, right?
Yeah.
So like during the 2010s, I would say that was around the era, like the late 2010s was when they really just didn't give a shit about.
Like after Egyptian.
Yeah, it's kind of when Afrobeats was kind of popping too as well. And then Afrobeat stars really didn't care about getting acceptance in the U.S. because they haven't been getting acceptance in the U.S.
You already had it cracking where
It
they
was
were.
still blowing up
Yeah.
over where they was from.
So WizKid's like, yo, I'm the fucking king, out here. Why do I have to, bend over backwards and like do a
US.
song with like Selena Gomez to like cross over and shit
no shot.
in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot's changed in like in all these years.
Yeah.
But back to back to what we were talking about, scratching in the club. Actually, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I want to revisit it a little
right,
bit.
all right.
Did you ever do that thing at the end of the night when it was like 20 minutes left in the club or 15 minutes left where you just did like a scratching? You guys were just scratching.
Cut it up. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I used to personally hate that shit. Like,
yeah. Like I said,
yo, never. Do you know what I'm
No,
talking
I know what
about?
you're talking about, yeah.
Like DJs would be like, all right, it's like sometimes it'd be like 30 minutes left in the night. And they'd be
That's
like,
a
yo,
long time.
It is a long
That's
time.
a shit ton of time.
So I would get pissed because I thought it was very selfish. It would be like the opener and the headliner, and they would just scratch the for like for 20 minutes, and then the crowd would slowly just leave.
Right.
And there would be maybe these like dudes that were just like still watching, but I thought it was so selfish because I was like, if I was a patron, there's so much music you could have played in 30 minutes that would have taken the night to another level at the end of the night.
That's at
you
least
know?
20 records.
As a scratch DJ, I would never scratch the last 5 minutes.
No, but you know what I'm talking about, like doing a
Absolutely.
scratch session.
So
right?
I'll give you an example. So Well, to answer that question, time and place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm doing a club and it's definitely a club vibe, no, don't scratch for that long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a vibe where I'm on stage and people are all facing me, and I'm, they're,
it's like a showcase.
When's he gonna do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing with Triple Threat DJs. Why we created Triple Threat DJs. Triple Threat started during a time where the turntable scene was at its peak, and they looked at us crazy, like, what are you guys? You guys are party rocking too, like, and try to do scratching at the same time. And that's the thing is, we felt like, man, this whole crowd is. We're not trying to satisfy the 30 guys with cameras to wait for us to scratch. There's like 600 other people who want to dance, right?
Yeah.
So we made that where we would be on the mic, yo, don't trip, we got something for everybody, da, 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 da. And then like the last 10 minutes would probably do all our routines. Yo, we're about to go back to our roots right now, da, 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 da. So we made it a show. We let them know that we're about to do this.
Right.
And like, and then we all do our individual routines, and we did a group routine, and then we ended off with just so they would know, prepare of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to, like you said, if you're just going to last 20 minutes and just put on a beat and scratch all fresh for like the next 20 minutes, no, you can't. That's not.
I thought it was crazy whenever I would see that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's
it was insane.
That's where the selector in you has to come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you should know. Oh man, if we got 20 minutes left, you better get those sing-alongs ready or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So,
because I think the last 30 minutes of a DJ set is the most important.
It's crucial, man.
Because it's kind of like the DJ gets to say, "Look, I gave you all that I had. Now let me give you some like of me personally."
Yep.
You know, like I kind of gave so much to you, like.
Here, let me get you open real quick. To
Yeah. Like you can take a little bit more chances, and you can show a little bit more of who you are and what.
I think it's the funnest time on the set too.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're normally I'll play like the 12 to 2 set. So I already in my head I'm like from 12 to 1 I just got to keep it fucking. You know what I mean? Like
give them
full
all.
throttle. Then everyone's about to be. Everyone's already drunk at 1. Then start gradually taking it down. Like play some feel good R&B, or if someone's trying to hook up with somebody else, get them in that mood.
Yeah.
But then that 1:30 to 2 o'clock that's the crucial part. Like that's when you break classics. I think.
Yeah,
that's the perfect time to break classics. Like
for sure.
Take them somewhere where they feel like
because they're loose at that point.
Yeah, they're loose, and these are the songs that were big, and you might have missed it because you didn't grow up in that era.
Yeah.
And that's me talking as an elder selector. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
That was like always my favorite part of the night when I started going to clubs.
Yeah.
At that last half hour, they just play like classics, songs that I remember growing up listening to as a kid.
Yeah.
And hearing in the clubs, you'd be like, oh shit, man, this is the jam. That was like my favorite part of the night.
Taking you somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Or taking you back. And that's part of that feel good element that we as DJs need to.
Everyone in the club is kind of remember growing up and hearing their parents playing that shit somehow in the back. It takes them, or
shit that you'll never hear loud on a sound system in a club.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like you said, the last 30 minutes definitely the most crucial.
Yeah.
Would I scratch if the setting was for that?
Right.
Like I said, if I'm on stage, people are watching me from then maybe I'll do that. But
you're a real gearhead, right? You were scoping all our gear.
Yeah, you were like, what's this? What's that? What do you edit on?
Just because, especially with the cameras now that I stream. Yeah. So I'm like, what cameras you guys use?
What cameras are
mirrorless?
Yeah. You're like, I got those ring lights too. What are these?
My eyesight went bad because of those ring lights, man.
Oh, what happened?
I'm just saying because ever since streaming happened, I had great eyesight, and now that I'm on like 5 nights a week if I'm not out of town.
Yeah.
Those lights are just beaming on me, and now I can't see close. I have to.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Oh wow,
it sucks. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Get the LASIK ready, man.
No. You got to fix that. You got to get like some different lights or something.
Something, yeah. It's not.
Or wear sunglasses at that point.
Yeah.
Be the P Diddy of Twitch.
I mean, it's like I said, it's I'm just adjusting to all this.
Yeah,
new stuff like being a Twitch, being on Twitch, I had to learn to be an IT and a set designer and doing this. And
you did Twitch so well.
Oh, thank you.
And your girlfriend would come on.
Yeah.
DJ Lock.
Yeah, big up my baby DJ Lock. She's
You guys are cute. She would like, she's really good too.
No, she was
getting down.
She kills it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and she's a scratch head. She doesn't even DJ.
Right.
Yeah. She's a hardcore scratch head. And I love that. Like she just loves cutting it up. I mean, like, yeah, like, that's why when we first hooked up, like we scratched in the studio for 4 hours. It's just
what a day.
vibing out. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, awesome. Man.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to imagine
Your first day.
being on a date with a girl and DJing with her for 4 hours.
No scratching with her for 4
Yo, and
hours.
That's good, but you know
But
what?
we were scratching to like 128 BPM for hella long.
But dude,
it was crazy. I just fucking, how fast can you fucking? She catches up with me, man. Like that kills me.
That was like the peak of sexual tension. It was like the BPMs. The BPMs just kept going up. It was like at 90. It was at 100. And at 128. Like, are we gonna do this shit or what? Like, it's fucking 4 hours now.
At 1:30,
He played Bombs Over Baghdad.
They get into like drum and bass at 140.
Yeah, man.
No, I mean, dude, I don't know. I couldn't even fathom bonding with like another with a girl by DJing with her for 4 hours, scratching.
Yeah,
like scratching.
Oh man.
Oh man,
she can catch it. She hangs, man. She cuts it like I don't know if you've seen her. If you've seen her stabs. If you think I'm fast, I'm like fuck. Wow. One of the earliest posts that we had together, it's on her page, and you could see we're just having like a stab off, and we're playing like what BPM is this, babe? Oh, this is like 135. Okay, let's see. Fuck it, let's fucking see if we can hang. And she's flawless. I was like, wow.
You guys like
such a turn on.
Yeah. Wow, man.
That was a turn on.
This is like quite a relationship, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'm like floored. No, because all my life, I've never had that bond with somebody where like you have like a musical or a craft, like you guys are doing the same craft, and you bond in that craft.
On top of that, we're each other's biggest supporters. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like she still fucks me up to this day when I do a set. Like, you better fuck it up. I'm like. Okay, babe. Like, but she's generally like a supporter. I love her for
It's like the DJ version of Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good analogy.
It's like you're sleeping on the couch if you fuck up today.
Yeah, but
I mean, also it's like the cheapest date ever, right? Just come over and scratch for like 6 hours.
If she fucks up your stylist on your knee.
Just be like, what are we gonna do this Sunday? It's like, well, like normally we're gonna go to this festival. We're gonna do this. No, we'll just stay home and scratch.
Hey, check it out. So me and her have a gig together in second week of July.
Oh, you guys are getting booked?
Oh yeah, we've been doing a lot of gigs together.
That's another crew you're on?
Yeah, we're called Shock.
Yeah,
Shock.
ShortKut and Lock.
Oh
Shock.
shit, Shock.
Yeah. So we
I'm kind of hating on this relationship. I feel like so empty inside, yo. You know what? Fuck you, Short.
Oh man.
He was like, yo, we were scratching on our first date for 4 hours. Yo, if you were my boy, I just would have been like, shut up, man. I don't want to hear this shit, man.
He just hangs out.
Fuck you and your DJ love life. Your love relationship. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, man. I mean, it's just someone who understands.
Yeah, keep talking. Yeah, talk more about
How'd
it.
you guys?
I'm just saying, someone who understands my shit. That's like I said.
No, it's beautiful, man.
I'm blessed, bro. And
that's amazing.
Did she meet you at a gig or something? Or
we met at NAMM.
Oh, you met at NAMM.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
It gets better and better.
Who the fuck would ever say we met at NAMM?
The most romantic place on the planet.
And then our first date, we scratched for 4 hours. Crazy. This is like a movie. This is something.
Oh, man.
By the way, shout out to her because she follows a podcast and she follows
she
us.
does.
And she's very nice.
This is insane.
Yeah, man.
So you met at NAMM and you're like, whew.
Yo, we have a gig in Dallas second week of July, and all next week we're just practicing our set. We're judging a battle together, and then we're performing right after.
Holy
and that's one of the things that we both talked about. Like, we dreamed about, like, yo, when the kids get a little older, like let's just book ourselves out. Let's just do a gig from beginning to end, and you know what I mean. And
that's the vacation.
That's a vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get paid vacation.
Is that her full-time job too, or she's like?
Oh, she does crystals. She sells crystals.
Oh, okay. She's the earthy one.
Yeah, she's a very earthy one.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Does she have friends? ShortKut? 'Cause we might need cricket a little.
I might have to end this shit early. I don't know if I can talk more about this.
Stop hating.
I have to like go home and think about my life.
How long you been with her?
Re-examine everything.
Oh, we just hit 5 years last week.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. So this is
Congratulations, ShortKut.
you guys bonded over the S9 at NAMM.
Oh man.
Speaking over bonding over that S9. Let's change this fucking subject.
Yeah, there you go. Good segue.
Is it true you helped design the Vestax, the best-selling Vestax mixer, the 05?
Oh, 5, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your input in that, by the way?
Because wait, we're talking about
The one.
the legendary Vestax 05 with the gold plate,
The
kind of thing,
two-channel.
right?
Before the gold plate.
Before the gold plate.
The OG is the all gray one.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Toshi, who just passed away like a week and a half ago. He's the he's the one who designed who did the finalization of the 05, 06 QFO, all the crazy shit that Vestax came out with. He was the brain behind all that. So big up Toshi.
Yeah, how did it happen?
So the 05, man, I was working for Newmark at the time. I had won a battle in LA in '93, and then Newmark sponsored it. So I went with Newmark, and I was their DJ at the booth guy.
So this is the time when they were recruiting. They wanted DJs to help them build better mixers. And
When I was there was no DJs at NAMM. Like this is '93.
Oh, really?
I was 17, so I was working the booth with Newmark. During my breaks, I would go. I had a Vestax mixer. I would go to Vestax's booth, and they had a DJ there. And I tried out all their shit, and I was like, "Oh man, you guys crossfade is way better than you know what I mean?" Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But ever since then, then a couple of days later, Redimatic came to the convention center, and we both had met with the Vestax people. I had the Vestax. I had the 05 specs on a napkin. It originally was supposed to go to Newmark, but they were like, "Man, that shit ain't gonna sell. There's no features. There's no." There's no
shit.
transforming buttons on the side.
What made you want to create this,
Well, because I was really into the PMX2, the DMC mixer. The DMC mixer to me was the best scratch mixer at the time. Because
the Techniques one?
No, before the Techniques one. If you watch any DMC battle from 90 to 96.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the bottom part of the 05 without the knobs on top. It was
Okay,
that
what's
size.
your opinion on the Techniques mixer? Because I think that's one of the best mixers of all time. It changed everything.
If their fader was better.
The fader was horrible. It just started bleeding after a while.
So for the 98 battle, that was the mixer I was using to practice on.
Right.
Not even a week, that shit fucking bled on me and just it was whack.
Yeah.
That was before, that's why I say big up Vestax, because they're the ones who made the non-contactless, you know what I mean? Like they improved the fader where it was like,
Right.
It was on a peg instead of like just terminals touching the.
And they were also, were they? No, they weren't. I'm sorry. I was going to say they were the first to really make it so you could change the faders easier, but Gemini was doing that shit. Yeah, Gemini.
And Vestax.
And
They were doing it too. But they weren't up on the screws that needed to be flush, not hanging out so your nails
right.
cut on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because when I look at the Vestax 05, the layout is very similar to the Techniques, right?
Yeah.
Somewhat. But it has that great kind of openness. There's a lot of negative space and room.
Yeah.
So when you guys were putting it, you had the specs together.
Yeah.
You showed it to Newmark, and they were like, "It's too simple." Right?
Yeah, it's too simple. And then
we need
transformer
buttons.
I was like, I don't use that shit.
But the transformer switches were fun though. Remember those?
Yeah,
Those
that's why I on the 05 I asked them to hang on to the Newmark up and downs.
Oh,
but they did
on the channels.
Yeah, but they did one better. They're like, okay, so let's make it because some people like it side to side. If you had the DMC mixer, that was a side to side.
No, but the up and downs.
But I like the up and downs.
Yeah.
I'm a West Coast transformer.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it emulated the channels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a disciple of Joe Cooley and Aladdin and Primo. You know what I mean? They're all Newmark guys.
Wow, that's great.
You know what I'm saying? And they were able to. They did it so you can take off the faceplate, and then you could do all the unscrewing. So, for like the transforming switches itself, you could unscrew all the switches, the screws on the little plate.
Right.
Then you can make it side to side. You can make it even angled, like
Dude, I forgot how bad faders were that we were using fucking phono lines to fucking do all that shit. That's fucking nuts. I forgot all about that.
I mean, you know, they were the first ones, Vestax, to really kind of emphasize. They were the first companies that would just listen to us. How about that?
Really?
To listen to the DJs. You know what I mean?
So Newmark must have been pissed off at you.
I don't know. I mean,
wait. I want to finish this conversation. Wait, so you showed it to Newmark. Newmark says like we're good.
Yeah.
So at some point you were talking to Vestax and you showed them this template.
Look, this is how we want it, and I gave them an example, like certain mixers that I was using already, or certain mixers they had.
Were they digging it? Or
they were totally digging it.
Or was it like the Hudsucker proxy? They just saw a circle on the napkin.
They were totally into it. They're like, okay, I see what you're saying, and all the controls need to be on top, like where it's not in the way of if you're scratching or doing this, like it's just clear, and they're open to it. What else do you want? Okay, we want this. They were just open to listen to us. You know, one thing that I thought was funny that they didn't include in the first run of the OG 05s was a reverse switch, because me and Q are reverse scratchers.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, they didn't do that. So they put custom ones on ours first. Like, we took ours. Vestax USA was in Northern California at one point, and then we took our mixers there, and then they like on the spot, they just drilled a hole, did some terminal things, and so.
Damn.
Did you guys what was the deal for that you guys designed it? You guys got kind of played a little bit.
It's not even just played. No, I just didn't know the game.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I was a kid that was happy with, wow, these guys are listening to what we
These
want.
guys came back to like corporate and they're like, yo, you'll never believe it. These guys just gave us the design for a new mixer.
I mean, if I knew what time it was with R&D and you know what I mean, I just didn't.
Did you get free shit at least?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, we were, they always flew us to Japan to always try out the new stuff. And
wow.
So there was a relationship.
Yeah, we had a great relationship. We threw it. They had events where we would just showcase and do in stores with the new stuff. Always ask for our opinions, and it was a great time. You know what I mean, like just getting our, making everything that we wanted to happen. They were able to design it and make it.
That's fucking
dope. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think like what happened to Vestax that they kind of got phased out. I think they just never made. I could be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong.
I think Serato.
Just
digital DVS.
I don't think so, because that's the first mixer I wanted to get when I started DJing, but I came into the Serato era, but I still wanted that fucking mixer.
Still wanted Vestax.
Yeah, I still wanted the 05 or the 07.
Oh no, of course. I mean,
I think the Rain 56 was coming out shortly.
Yeah, that's where the apples and oranges came out. Like you could either get a 07 or a 56, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
I think the problem,
or 52.
I think the problem with Vestax and maybe the Rain as well is that nothing was built for sound, like sound quality, and that's where Pioneer just dominated.
Yeah,
that they created a mixer that kind of prioritized sound a little bit, and then it just sounded better at the time.
I got hip to Pioneer when they came out with the 909.
Right.
When that mixer came out, I was like, "Oh God, finally, someone made a mixer with like."
That was Jazzy Jeff's like go-to mixer.
Yeah, straight same here.
I just hated that touch screen.
Is it that screen? Yeah,
that was the one with the touch screen.
Yeah,
it was like an orange infrared touch screen.
But the up and downs, the line switches on that mixer was the best.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, that's the best on any mixer I've had for as a line switch scratcher.
Really?
That 909 was the shit, because it was like it had a flat head switch, not the round ones that Newmark had. It was a flat one, so you could actually. It's treated like a fader. It's dope.
If you still had that, you would use that now to this day?
Yeah, I would. Hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes I break out the 1150 just to kind of cut it up. I don't know if you see my IG on my IG, I'll do a little like scratch thing. I'll scratch it like with a regular scratch record. And
God bless you, ShortKut.
Oh man.
You keep all of these mixes and shit, man.
Dude, have you seen my mixer?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's just fun to have. You know what I mean? People collect figures and all that stuff,
or like Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yo, I get my mixers signed. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. Like, that's just for me.
You didn't have an input on the S9 and that stuff when Jazzy Jeff was in that whole situation?
S9, not so much. Oh, I did. Yeah. The S9. A little bit of the S9 when it was during the NAMM days. I mean, right before it came out, like in 2014, 13? 15. Well, it came out in 15, but 13 is like when the development was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing with the S11. They would talk to us. Like I said, man, I come from the era where they didn't give a fuck. DJs, like, we don't give a fuck what you want.
Yeah, you had to settle for what was that Radio Shack?
Well, yeah, you got to settle for what we can give you. They weren't even tripping off like.
I didn't know that Vestax was the first people to like.
In my opinion,
listen to the DJs.
Yeah, I mean they were the first ones who did signature mixers.
Yeah,
you know they had a Funkmaster Flex mixer. They had this DJ named DJ Tricks from the UK.
That's right.
I mean,
that was the first.
But Gemini had the Flash mixer.
Flash Former. They didn't have a Flash mixer.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Flash Former. The buttons.
You're right.
OG battles happening already.
No, but they had the buttons. The two buttons. Like yeah. I mean, you know.
You just see that?
It was like the Morse code button, like the beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep,
exactly.
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Send help.
You know, to me, that was just one more thing to hook up. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, man.
So wait, it's true that I remember now because like Boogie Blind won the Vestax competition. I remember going to his crib and there's just Vestax shit just piled up everywhere. And it was true. Like they dominated the 2000s so much in late 90s.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So wait, did you have a hand in other things? Like, did you help with like Beats by Dre? Did you help with that shit?
Yeah.
Like the headphones?
Yeah. I was part of the R&D, like the DJ roundtable for that.
How is this happening? Just you being
Yeah.
in them, or are they hitting you up?
Well,
We heard you giving out free ideas that the word is Vestax said you giving out free shit.
Well, Monster Cable was in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
so that's how I was involved with that.
and they hit you up.
Yeah.
So how does that happen?
So wait, what did you have in hand? Like, what did you do for the?
They give us the prototypes, pass it around. What do you like about it? I was flipping it over like, this is cool. This ain't cool. Can you guys change this?
Right.
Yeah. But you know.
And
they
it's the
listen to
original
everything.
Beats by Dre one.
Yeah, this is Beats by Dre.
Wow.
Yeah. Because Monster Cable is like 5 minutes from my house, so
Damn.
down the hill.
Crooked is so.
It just so happens. You know what I'm saying?
good love life. Good. You know.
No. I think I think it's insane that you had a hand in all of these things, and that affected like everything, the industry, culture.
Oh,
and,
thankful,
you
man.
know,
You know what I mean?
it's crazy.
You're like the little squirrel on Ice Age that just picks the shit Pangea just happens.
No, I think it's insane. Like,
I'm thankful, man. You know what I mean? Like just to be able to.
And you're very fucking humble.
I'm about to say you never really hear that much about it. Why is that? Like,
I'm not gonna put it on Front Street like that. It's like this.
Respect.
For me, it's more like cool. The world has it.
And if they know, they know.
Yeah.
motherfuckers who put it on Front Street have too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
yeah.
This guy's
He's too busy.
He's too busy being in love and doing scratch sessions for 6 hours. These other single motherfuckers are the ones.
They ain't got nothing else.
They're
to
the
do.
ones doing like a selfie video, like y'all know I'm the one that created the first Vestax 05.
Here it goes, right? See?
Jesus.
Oh man,
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, man. It was just looking back on all that. I'm thankful that I was able to experience and like just the development of certain things. Like especially the 05 was a big one for me because like I always said this. Let's say if the 05 was never made, would we hear certain scratches the way we hear them now? You know what I mean? Maybe later, but like we can't do a crab. Try doing a crab on a.
that's right.
Try doing a crab on a stiff ass fucking Newmark 1150. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was my first mix. A new market.
you know what I mean? But certain things would not be possible.
Yeah.
Really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never thought of that. The mixers really opened up,
Everything.
like like the different scratches and everything that we heard.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
I mean, especially like would we still have to put? And this is the worst thing that I can't believe DJs would put in their faders, but WD-40 or you know what I mean? Just
oh man, that
crazy
words.
shit.
Yeah,
just dumb lubricants to inside the fader. But that's what we thought that the fader would
yeah.
need to make it for us to be doing these scratches. You know what I'm saying?
It works on the door.
Fuck, this is good.
Yeah,
It should work on the mixer. the fader.
Makes me go faster.
Not necessarily on the. Yeah, exactly, man.
So I want to actually talk to you about one last subject, and it's like, and really with turntablists, it's a big thing. It's biting, right?
Okay.
Recently, like especially in the social media age, there's a recent thing that happened. Like there's a DJ that did a party, and he did this very notable mix, and I think the video went viral. Right?
Yeah, it was.
The video went viral, and
the mix went viral too.
It was a transition. It was like Love and Happiness.
Al Green.
Al Green with the dunk, and then I think it was like He double timed the and then went into 21 Questions.
Okay.
50 Cent. Spider Tech did that at R&B and Ribs.
Yeah.
And it was a live mix too as well. But it was caught on video. The video was like big. Like I would say last year was maybe one of the biggest transition videos of last year.
And it was
definitely
from our votes, people voted that like the mix of the year.
The best mix of 2022.
They voted Spider Tech's live mix at R&B and Ribs the best mix of the year.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Pick up Spider Tech.
Yeah, Spider Tech. So I think there was a recent video from Selection. I think there was a DJ, Shaka Lion, that did the exact same thing. And that's going viral now.
Okay.
Obviously, Selection is like a completely different, following than R&B and Ribs.
Right.
One is more regional, one is more like global or national. But I'm kind of wondering when situations like that happen, and I'm sure you've had routines and you've had transitions and people bid them.
Done in front of me? Yes.
Done in front of you. Had
in
the
a battle.
nerve.
Well, I'll give you an example. So I judged the battle in Belgium, one of the ITFs in Belgium.
Yeah.
In the 90s. Me and Babu were judging. There was 2 DJs who did our exact routines. Like he did Blind Alley and did my beatbox routine in front of us. And the whole...
What is it, homage? Or was it just kind of like...
Well, they did it for it's a head-to-head battle, but they were using our routines.
Right.
And the crowd was looking at us as these DJs were doing it. That's all I need to see.
Right.
That the people in the crowd, the fact that they're just looking at us,
right,
that they know where it came from.
Yeah. You don't need to react.
I don't need to react. Yeah, I still believe.
I feel like that's an unspoken thing between you guys.
Well, you know what it is? I still believe that whole imitation is the best form of flat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we're in a social media world, man. You don't expect that it won't get out. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So if you're ready to deal with the backlash that comes with that for knowing that you bit or something, then cool. It's more power to you if you could hang with the backlash. But for me personally, if someone bites my shit, I must be doing something right for you to bite my shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And that's the way I look at it.
But realistically, are you pissed a little bit, annoyed, like kind of like I can't believe this motherfucker stole? You got a lot of nerve to steal a shit.
A little bit of that. I'd be like, wow.
Like if you
got balls.
if you got balls, but the last thing you want to do is react.
You know what I'll do? I'll let people in the chat in the comments react.
But I want to know where it. I feel like you guys kind of talk and be like, never react when someone steals your shit.
Yeah.
But like New York, I know certain New York motherfuckers will point a motherfucker out and be like, "Yo, you stole my shit." Like one of the people I love, Boogie Blind, one of my fucking my brother. Like I love him,
love too,
but he will 100%.
Oh, he'll speak. I love. That's why I love Blind.
That West Harlem will come out. He'll come at you.
I love Blind, man. Yeah. Blind will speak on it in a heartbeat. He'll speak out,
and
he won't give a fuck.
And he'll double down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like
he'll do the claps and he'll do everything.
Yeah. But like I said, for me personally, I just more of like I'll let the people in the now that we have social media, and
right? The
video shows up, and I'll just let all the people in the comments like, "Oh, he bit that shit from ShortKut."
Right.
And here's the video, and here's the video link for it. That's all I got.
But you was a judge at this event that he used your routine.
Yes.
So you probably fucking didn't vote for him.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, but
and he should know why.
Do you think he did it as a like
homage?
So you have to consider this too. There's in other parts of the world where they don't understand that biting is not the way to go. You have to consider that too. Right. Like they don't know the etiquette.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Especially in a different especially in like Asia. They're going off of what they see off the VHS at the time.
Yeah.
Damn, this shit's dope. I need to get this shit down. Now, whether you think you can get away with it, like, oh, I could get the same routine down, and I'm doing it in the battle. I should win. No, I mean, that's for you to kind of figure out and learn from that. Because if you lose that round because I didn't vote for you, you should, you'll know after. Yeah. You'll know why eventually.
Somebody's going to tell you.
Someone's going to tell you. Yeah.
It's funny you bring up Asia because like when I've DJ'd in certain countries, they'll do something weird where they'll burn you. They'll play like the hits they'll play the hits right before you get on. But they're not doing it to burn you. They're actually doing it to like impress you.
So they know,
or that's what they know.
Yeah, or just to be like, oh look, like I can get down like you. Yeah. Like, look, like, and then like, yo, respect. And I'm like, respect? You just burned the shit out of, like, what? You played the 3 hottest records right before I got on. But I had to learn that they did that as kind of like, it's a weird way to pay homage. Almost like, oh, like, look, I'm doing, I'm playing like the biggest records, like in your country, like you do. And I'm like, well, now I can't do this shit. Like, but I don't think they see it from a perspective that they were burning me.
Yeah.
But they were kind of like, do you feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, for sure.
You've experienced that a little bit.
All the time.
But it's not like evil. It's not
malicious.
There's no malicious intent at all. I mean, you have to consider this. Some of those opening DJs, that's what they know.
Yeah.
They don't know that play, you're warming it up. So actually play some recurrence or something that's, that's not the hottest shit right at this moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But for me personally, like, I don't even trip off that just because, like I'll tell like certain DJs want to like, is there anything that you won't want me to play? For me as a selector, I'm like, even though you burnt like the hottest records I did plan to play, as the main dude, I should be able to find like shit that I could.
Yeah, you should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I flew all the way out here. I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
No, it's funny, like, about the biting. It's funny. I remember there was a story of DJ AM. I remember when everyone was just, like, there were, like, a young generation of DJs that were just copying him. Mm-hmm. They were doing his Oasis mix. Mm-hmm. They were doing, like, all of these Journey mixes. Yep. And they were getting booked for, like, copying him but being, like, affordable. So they could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think there was an email that like got kind of forwarded to him, and it was like another young DJ that kind of got, I don't know, he got a big residency or something happened where he got a big opportunity and it was off of AM's mixes and AM stuff. And somehow it got CC'd to all these DJs. And it was like, it was intended to like embarrass the DJ. Yeah. And to get a rise out of AM. And I think AM replied back very graciously, like, not very commendable.
Yeah.
But that's all he did. But I always thought, when someone bites from you and takes from you, and if you don't know them, like, homies do it sometimes, right? Like, once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, they'll take it or whatever. But I always thought, like, when you're someone like Four Color Zach or, like, one of these bigger DJs and there's all these other people kind of copying your shit and doing whatever, it kind of goes with, the industry because of being at the top.
Yeah, well, also that means what he's doing is that influential,
right?
I mean, like for to copy a blend or to mimic a blend in public.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's another thing too. Like there is that code, right? Like as far as like if you bite, like I said, if you're willing to take the backlash. Once that shit goes viral on YouTube, right. You know what I mean? Look at the comments and have everyone shit on you for it, then go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eventually, if you don't, and if you just had no idea that it would get that kind of reaction, you'll learn.
But it's almost the it's almost the crowd's responsibility to check the DJ to a certain degree, right?
Well, the crowd won't know. The average.
Well, like the DJs.
Yeah, the DJs. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why now that we have YouTube. People will make it known. Like DJs will.
They'll let them know.
The most critical cats are the DJs who know what time it is, commenting on that video. They'll let you know. They'll let everyone know. Shit, here's the fucking link to what this guy's doing right now. What you guys are watching right now.
I mean, they put it on social media.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter.
So what's your advice though to a DJ that's like coming up with unique? They're putting a lot of work into their transitions. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're not as big as Four Color Zach or like J. Espinosa or these other DJs or you or Melody or any of these guys. And they're trying to build a name.
Right.
Let's say you're an up-and-coming DJ.
Yeah.
But there's maybe older DJs stealing from you.
As the younger DJ who just got their stuff, like if they felt that their shit got ripped off.
Yeah.
I would say like, of course your first reaction is to be angry, right?
Yeah.
It was that dope enough for you to have to did what I just did. Mm-hmm. Again, it got popular being viral, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let the comments speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's the way it is. That's what as a younger DJ, that's how I deal with it. Because that's a totally if you know kind of situation. Because,
but why is that? Why not call somebody out and point the finger? Do you think it creates bad politics and it creates bad?
Well, I mean, me personally, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Because like, what's the end game of that one? You know what I mean? Like, unless if you're trying to create some beef with the other DJ or whatever. To me, it's like for me, like I said, someone's took my shit before, and I'll just be like, all right, well, you know,
let nature take.
Let nature. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let it. That's just me. I mean, I'm allergic to drama. You know what I'm saying? And I just rather like if I know that there's people out there who actually know where it actually came from originally, and they know it's from me, cool.
But is that also a confidence in yourself, knowing that you can come up with more shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe that's what I'm really come up with. I'm really getting at. Like, I'm gonna come up with some other shit. You'll probably bite that shit too. I mean, if you bite it, cool. Like, you know, maybe at least I'm doing something that's someone who actually wants to bite.
Yeah.
So you take it more as a compliment, and like, all right,
absolutely.
It's hard because it's
you
like,
keep this shit. I'm gonna do something greater.
It's hard because initially you're watching someone kind of take your shit, and they're getting the praise, and they're getting all the accolades and everything and reward for something you created.
Right.
So it's tough. You got to kind of take a L, and just
I wouldn't even consider it taking an L. It's more like,
I think it's like taking an L.
Well, it's more to me. It's you know what? To me, it's more. It adds more fuel to your fire.
If someone stole from me, I would be emotional about it. I'd be a little angry.
Yeah.
But I think I would approach it like, you know what? Let me give everyone the benefit of the doubt that this dude created the mix on by himself, and there was like no malice, and there was no theory involved. So I would actually take the high road and just comment. I would be like, yo, dope mix, you know, like kind of like this, like, you know.
You're absolutely right. That's what I'm saying. I would just been quiet about it.
Yeah.
And let everyone speak for
it. Or like what I do is I forward the link to you guys, and I'd be like, you guys need to say some shit right now and comment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
you guys need to comment.
Because of course, coming from you, if it comes from you, the person who got bit from, like, and you
sound bitter.
Yeah.
Or just, I mean, you know, we all know that you have a right to be angry, but more of like,
you don't want to show that out to everyone out there. You just got to act like it doesn't bother you.
Well, you got to act kind of like bigger, like you're bigger than all
exactly.
This,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Absolutely. Whatever.
Like I'm so like I have so many tricks in the bag.
Yeah, that ain't the only shit.
Yeah,
or be sarcastic.
That's my light work.
Laugh. He could laugh.
So it's actually like it's an ego. It's a bigger ego thing because it's like if I show you that I'm pressed, that means that I don't have anything left in my bag.
Right.
Where it's like this is like slight work.
Yeah.
You guys take this shit, and I'm gonna come up with more shit.
There's more. There's more where that came from.
There's more. And now if you take the second mix from me or the third mix, then I'll start seeing a pattern.
Be like, yo, fam, come on. The first one was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's annoying.
Yeah, I guess, you know, it's a tough situation, right?
Like I said, it also depends on the person. You know what I mean? Because there's cats out there who wear their heart on their sleeve. Fuck that. You know what I mean? But you could deal with it.
I'm not mad at that either. But like, you know, honestly, I think people need to get called out. But the thing is, you just don't know everyone's intentions.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like accuse motherfuckers 100% that they're a thief and they stole something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When honestly, I don't even know the person and I don't even know what the fuck happened. So if I don't have all that information, I wouldn't make those accusations. Right. But if I do have the information, then I will make the accusation, and I'll approach a motherfucker.
Or maybe I wouldn't do it on blast. I'd probably do
behind the scenes, like on GM.
Yeah.
Hit him up,
like you motherfucker. Some shit.
Like, what's up, man? sounds pretty fucking familiar here.
Like, how you been, fam? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what this is about.
Yep.
You know what I'm calling you, right?
Yeah.
You know exactly.
You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up.
Is there anybody that you seen DJ or scratch or whatever that on the battle scene that you're like, oof, if I ever battle that person, that's gonna be a long fucking day for me?
Yeah, I already battled him.
Who?
Craze.
Crazy's the one.
Oh man, yeah, he's fucking amazing. He's still my favorite. You know, we battled each other at the US. I mean, like, I got second place to a bunch of like notable DJs, and I'm at peace with it because, like, okay, I don't mind being second place at like Noise. I was in the the last new music seminar in New York for for the world championship, and it was me against Noise in the final round. I know why I lost. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with it. Like, you know, Raider in the '94 USA.
Man, Raider.
You know what I mean? Just flavor. He has a different flavor that I don't have, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And I learned from that. Now I know what to do for the next battle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then with Craze just blew everybody out the water in my year. You know what I mean? And and he's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love that he's like that. He's my spirit animal as a battle DJ. crazy. You know what I'm saying? He says the shit that I wish I could say, but I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, he'll say it, and I love him for that. You know what I mean? That's why Crazy is my man. So.
Crazy doesn't hold nothing back.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, he don't
I'll let you
care.
know about it.
He's the ultimate b-boy when it comes to battling and DJing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he could back it up. Honestly, I still say that a lot of his routines that he does now would fuck a lot of people up because he still has that. He has the best of both worlds, where it's technical as shit, but he still has flavor, and he knows to not overdo it, but still be sick and still have that kind of, you know what I mean? And the way he comes off is like, I'm the motherfucking man.
Yeah.
He claims the GOAT.
Yeah, he is. I mean, yo, back to back championships. Come on, man. Like,
So he's the MJ in the game.
absolutely. I think so.
Shout to Craze, man.
Yeah, big up my brother Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if there's anybody that will make you, you know, that's like your boogeyman that you're like,
Oh, dude. I mean, you know, I mean, you know, I haven't battled in so long, but I still get those times. I was always fucking scared. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh fuck, hope I fucking kill it. You know what I mean? Like, and the last battle that I actually had to battle, kind of. I don't know if you guys saw that Red Bull clash that I was in. You know, the culture clash that they have.
Oh yeah, the culture clash.
Yeah. I was in the San Francisco one, but that was like I wasn't even scratching. I was kind of like I was on some like
Party
sound
rock.
system style. I was on the mic, like it was us against like the house crew, Dirty Bird.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were going against like other crews, but you know, just having that kind of DJ battle background. Mm-hmm. You know, you still get those butterflies, right? That just kind of make you feel like, oh shit.
Even before gig, I always
Even
get that
before,
shit.
yeah.
that's
To this day.
Get that a little. You get that never?
yeah.
Once in a while.
Yeah, of course
Damn.
not.
Once in a while.
That's veteran talk right there. You know what I mean? No, I mean,
If I'm feeling really sick or something.
Yeah.
If I didn't have my French toast this morning, my coffee wasn't warm enough.
Ain't no way I feel like that. You crazy? I'll never feel like that.
I'm the best in the world. Never worked. Muhammad Ali.
Gotta think like that, man. Shit.
Float like a butterfly, scratch like a bee.
I mean, sometimes you just know when you're stepping into a situation of like a gig or or whatever, a battle. If you already know what you're gonna come with, you just know, you feel it. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, man.
Yo, ShortKut. Thank you for coming through, man.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Yo,
Right
it's
on.
been a pleasure. It's an honor to have you on.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the
Salute.
Vex tax.
Yeah, right on.
05, man. And
Rest in peace, Toshi.
Yeah, man. Yo, DJ ShortKut. Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me, y'all.
I would list all the crews that he's part of, but goddamn it went from 3 crews to like 7.
It kept going and going and going. When will it stop?
If you want to watch more episodes from R.O.A.D Podcast, click either links on the left or the right. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and get updated on new uploads throughout the week. Peace.